What if I told you that two people with the exact same fitness goals shouldn't be doing the exact same Pilates workout? Today you're going to see why. I'm working with Destiny, who has about 4 years of mat reformer Pilates experience. Her goals are simple. She wants to continue getting a great workout, feel good in her body, and place a little extra emphasis on toning her arms, right? But after assessing her posture, it became clear that before we even think about arm work, there are other areas of her body that need attention first. So throughout today's session, you'll see how a few small programming changes can completely change the way an intermediate workout feels. Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, and before every session, I take a look at posture because it helps me individualize each workout. So even if two people have the same goals, their bodies often need completely different approaches to help them get there. So as we looked at Destiny's posture, a few things stood out. So she has a relatively narrow stance, and this, which often goes hand in hand with tight inner thighs and just weaker glutes. So because of that, you'll notice me placing extra emphasis on strengthening the glutes while improving lower body stability. She also has a slight anterior pelvic tilt, so we'll spend time opening the front of the hips by stretching the hip flexors and quadriceps. So this is going to go hand in hand while strengthening the muscles along the back of the body, just to create better balance. Finally, I notice a slight rotation through her right shoulder compared to her left. So throughout today's workout, you'll hear me cue shoulder alignment and upper body awareness to encourage more symmetrical movement. So because Destiny already has a solid Pilates foundation, I was able to challenge her with more intermediate level exercises while still maintaining a full body flow. And every exercise was selected with intentions, following the progressive flow system I teach inside Function Pilates Teacher Training Academy. So the goal isn't simply to make the workout harder, it's to prepare the body for each exercise by thoughtfully building one movement upon the next. So you'll notice me using a few different props throughout today's workout, and sometimes a prop makes an exercise more challenging, but more often I use them to improve alignment, provide feedback, and help create a stronger mind-body connection. So one of the questions I get asked most often is whether I offer a mentorship program. The answer is yes. So while I highly recommend our Continue Education courses, they're all online as a way to expand your understanding of the body, improve your programming, and give you more tools inside to use with your clients, our primary mentorship program is becoming a Function Pilates Master Trainer. So inside the Master Trainer program, we take a much deeper dive into postural assessment, exercise selection, and how to confidently customize workouts for the individual in front of you. You'll also learn how to teach and mentor future Pilates instructors using the Function Pilates curriculum inside our Teacher Training Academy. So if you're passionate about continuing to grow as an instructor and would like to learn more about becoming a Function Pilates Master Trainer, I'd love to share more info with you. So feel free to reach out using the information in the description box below, and I'd be happy to answer your questions and see if the program is the right fit for you. I'm teaching today's workout on a balanced body piece of equipment here, and if you've been considering purchasing Pilates equipment for your own at-home studio, send me an email using the information again in the description box below. I'd be happy to help you choose the equipment that's right for you, and you'll also receive a 5% discount on your balanced body purchase. So I hope you enjoy following along, and more importantly, seeing the thought process behind how I design a workout based on the person right in front of me. So let's get started with Destiny. So just tell me again your experience with Pilates.
I've been doing reformer and mat for probably like on and off, like maybe 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been obviously more into it the last probably year, just with all of the training and whatnot, but.
Okay, and you're going through the mat and reformer training or just the mat training?
Both.
Okay, yeah. Awesome. Any injuries I should know about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what have been like, they most likely have changed along the line, but what have been primarily your personal goals with Pilates?
I don't think I have anything specific. I think I just do it to feel good, like work out and feel good. I hate going to the gym, so it's nice to just be lit. But I think maybe like a specific goal is toning down my arms. I feel like that's a good one.
Okay, perfect. So some of the things I want to address with you is already from the beginning, I always look at the feet. So the feet are our foundation. So you have a typical narrow stance. So meaning like your feet come naturally closer together, and it's pretty consistent because that's how you were standing in all 4 positions. And usually what will happen is that as people move through the 4 positions, they'll get back into their like comfortable sense, and you were narrow the entire time. So that is typically saying to me that you have tighter inner thighs. I'm not sure if you've noticed that before, but tighter inner thighs and then weaker hips, so glutes more. So one of the things I do want to focus on with you today is definitely doing some sideline series, getting into the glutes, and we'll do some stretching of the inner thighs as well. And then I also notice a little bit of anterior pelvic tilt through your hips here. So what that means is that it's going to be tighter in your quads, in the front of your thighs, and into your hip flexors. It's going to be tighter in your low back. It's going to be weaker more in your core. So again, so much about Pilates is we're focusing in on the core strengthening. So that'll be my job, just to kind of help reposition you into more of your neutral spine. But then that also restates the fact that the back of the glutes are going to be weak too. So 2 things are pointing back to the glutes here. And let's see. And then lastly, I notice a little bit of a right dominated over left shoulder rotation, where I can see it here with your hand. I don't know if you can see it in that photo, but you see your right hand kind of popping forward there, but you can't really see your left hand in that sideline photo. So what that is telling me, and that could be because you're right side dominant as well, but when you like naturally your body is kind of shifting this way. So this is exaggerated, but that's going to give you an idea of where like more of that tightness is occurring in your back and where we want to realign the actual upper part of your body. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's crazy because I'm left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be you're compensating for something too. Or it could be in your dancing, lots of other things that can factor into daily routines is where a lot of that shift will happen too. So that's pretty much what I'm going to focus on today. And then you're pretty experienced with Pilates, so we don't have to treat this so much like a brand new session. We can kind of dive in and I'll just assess where you're at and things like that too. So it'll be fun. How is your body feeling today?
I took a reformer class yesterday, so my inner thighs are a little sore, but
Okay, good, because I want to stretch them anyway. So
yeah, you were like inner thighs, and I'm like, perfect.
Yes. Okay, so that's what we'll focus on.
Okay.
All right. So actually, for right now, let's just do a nice little stretch here. I'm going to take you down to a light spring, and you can stay exactly where you're at. And I'm going to have you straddle the carriage, so taking the feet down, and then you can slide yourself forward a little bit, just because I want you to feel more of that inner thigh too. So let's take your hands to the foot bar, and then from there, just go ahead and press out for me all the way as you drop your chest down. And just take this opportunity to kind of just let yourself be and just relax into it as well. Focusing on just, again, those inner thighs opening up, your low back opening up, especially because of the anterior pelvic tilt here. That's going to be really nice to decompress through the spine as well. Good. And I'm just going to make some assessments here as I'm walking around. Yeah. Does your right hip feel tighter or looser?
Like a little bit tighter.
Okay. Can you move your left hip back a little bit for me? Yeah. There you go. And then you can come right back up all the way. Try to stay as is. Take your right hand over to your left hand and then go ahead and push out to 2 straight arms, lowering it down. Did that tweak anything with your stretching with your hips at all?
Yeah, it actually feels a lot more open.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So again, taking some mental notes for yourself too, like walking around the equipment to assess your clients is gonna be so helpful so that they can receive a lot of the benefits from it too. Go ahead and come back up, and then we'll walk your hands over to the right side and then press on out. Yes. And nice deep breathing. Let's see if we can try to that. Left hip wants to go back. It is just like not wanting to stay. That's good. Good. And then let's bring you right back in again. Perfect. And let's go ahead and take you all the way down to the reformer here, and we'll do a little bit of a warm up as well. Okay.
Okay.
So let's find your legs up into a tabletop position here. Okay, so you're gonna glue your knees together, knees over the hips, and you can take your arms straight up towards the ceiling for me. Right there. All right, so holding that nice and tight, I'm gonna have you go ahead and start to curl your head and chest up, looking down at your belly button, and then your palms can go, yes, just hover off the carriage. And let's bring your arms right back up again. Good, so just nice and simple flexion as we curl up, just trying to warm up the spine, and we're warming up through the midsection. Trying to isolate through the lower extremities so you're reaching chest to your knees. So try not to bring your knees to your chest, and then curl up. Yeah, there you go. And let's take that for another 3. Better. And 2. Good. One more time. And hold it right there. Drop your chin, reach through your arms a little bit more, extend your legs out, and then pull them back in. And let's take it for 4.
I have the shakes. I'm so sore from yesterday.
3. You're good. Eyesight down. 2. Yes, there you go. 1 more. Good. Back to tabletop. Arms come up, and then relax your head down. That's it. Grab a hold of your pegs from behind you and let your elbows fall wide. We'll do a nice supine spine twist here, okay? So you're gonna let your legs fall over to the side. Keep your left shoulder blade down, using your abdominals and your obliques primarily to pull the legs back through center. So let's create some heaviness here. Take it to the left-hand side. Good. And then slowly pull up through center. Take it 2 more times each way. We're inhaling over to the right-hand side. We're exhaling through center. Inhaling over to the left, and then exhale through center. 1 more. Take it over and back up. And last time. Excellent. Nice. And then rest and right there. Good. Okay, so nice little warm up there for you. I'm gonna take you back to your foot work positioning here. And what I wanna use with you today is a ring around your knees. So I'm gonna have you place this above your knees and just kind of pull apart here. You're gonna start with your heels on top of the reformer, or the reformer bar, and flex your feet for me. All right, you can relax your arms beside you. So the goal here is I want you to pull outward intentionally, okay? So again, because we want to strengthen the outer part of your hips, that's the whole purpose of this, okay? Because of the narrow stance. So on your next breath here, I'm gonna inhale, exhale, go ahead and push out to 2 straight legs, and then slowly bring it back in. Good. And take it out. Yes. And see if you can keep your feet against my hands without losing contact with them. Yeah. And that should change the way that the feeling is into your calves, your ankles. You got it. And pressing out, we have 4. One more time. And return back in again. Beautiful. So let's keep that there for now. Let's move it down to your toes. Yep, so toes are on. And it's gonna feel like you're in a wider stance on purpose here, just because of we're holding the ring here as well. But challenge your heels. Let's lift your heels up. Let's go ahead and push through all of your toes and then straighten out your legs for me. That's it, and bring it in. Actually, I kind of want you to move your feet down a little bit more so you have a better grip. There you go. And then extend, and then back in. And press out. Good. Thinking about pressing through the big toe here so that we don't necessarily turn the ankle out. Love it. Good. And extend and back in. Beautiful. And 2 more here, relaxing through the shoulders, just getting a little bit lighter through that chest. Nice, hold it right there for me. Good. Now let's go ahead and drop your heels under. Yeah. And then lift your heels up. And then drop them under, and then lifting them up here. You got it. And drop under and lift. And take it for 6. Nice and slow and controlled on the way down. Same type of speed and control on that way up. And down. And lift. 4, 3, 2. Good. Last time. And then bend your knees. Let's come right back in again. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna remove this here and we're gonna do some single leg work here, okay? So I'm gonna reduce the tension down. We're on 2 mediums and a light spring. And then I'm gonna have you go ahead and take your heels back to the foot bar here. And I wanna give you a sense of like how it feels to just use one side of your body here, okay? So we're gonna take the right side in tabletop. So again, it's a very energetic, active tabletop. Flex this foot, yep, and then go ahead and press out. And think, I want you to intentionally think that this work is coming from your left butt cheek. It's like the first muscle that's being engaged and turning and pressing out. Okay, because eventually I want that to trickle down into your hamstring where there is this series of intention where you are engaging the muscles.
Okay.
And press, good. And again, going back to staying connected to my hand here, press. We're squeezing through that left butt cheek to stabilize through the hips, to activate through the glutes. And pressing for 5, 4, there you go, try to stay with my hand. 3, good, lift this up. 2, 1 more. And bring you back in. Good, how did that feel?
I feel like my ankles are weak.
Yeah.
Like I've never felt that before.
It's really one of those, it's very common when you're in your dorsiflex here to feel like the ankles are swaying back and forth. This is the first thing a lot of people want to do because they want to not feel that the ankle is working so hard. So yeah, take that feeling in mind and then you'll know like if you're seeing that when you're teaching as well. Okay, so hold that again very energetically in tabletop. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Again, stabilizing through the hips, engage through your abdominal muscles here, and then exhale, press out. So now we're just gonna take it over to the right side. So we're thinking about the right glute engagement and then allow that focus to trickle down into the hamstring so that you're feeling the entire back side of the leg here working. Good, I'm gonna take my hand right here and press. And this side is weaker. And the reason why I'm seeing that is because the knee wants to go inward towards the midline. I didn't catch that on the left side, but I saw that right away with this leg. Good. Good, nice. Pressing through this part of your heel here, keeping that knee looking right up at the ceiling. And extend. Exhale, extend. You got it. Let's go 4 more. And press. Good, draw those abs in, away from your waistband. 3, and 2. Good, 1 more time. And return back in. Good, let's go to single leg on your toes now, okay? So again, we're gonna come back to your toes. This leg's gonna go into tabletop. And let's challenge you a little bit here. Let's extend the leg out so we can hold that. So there's a lot to think about because this leg is gonna wanna naturally like gravity pull it down. So honor that, and then when you're ready, go ahead and press it away. So again, we're taking that whole sensation of the glute engaging on the left side, trickling down into the left hamstring, and press. You got it. And press. Nice focus. 3, 2, good, last time. and return back in again. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Right side is on. Before you pick up the left one, I'm gonna have you take your right hand and I'm gonna have you hold onto the peg for me. Yes, and just let that elbow just collapse and fall. All right, just let it stretch there. Take this leg out to hold it there. Deep breath to inhale, exhale, we take it away. Good, maintaining that focus, that good body awareness. Engaging through that right glute, so really focusing in on squeezing through that right butt cheek, allow it to trickle down into the hamstring. And 6, 5, good, tracking. I'm watching your tracking to make sure that it's ankles in line with your knee, knee is in line with your hip here. 3, and 2, and 1. Beautiful. And then return, come back in. Okay. All right, go ahead and relax that arm. And I'm just gonna reduce the spring tension here to 1 medium and 1 light spring. So go ahead there, Destiny, grab a hold of your handles behind you. You can place them into your hands, sending your arms straight up towards this guy here. And I'm kidding, we're going to use this again. So this is going around your ankles, so separating your ankles there. You got a good grip?
Yeah.
Okay, so taking it up into your tabletop position there. Good, go ahead and drop your low back into the mat for me. Yes, there you go. Fingertips are reaching high to the ceiling. And then exhale, you're gonna press down with both your arms. There you go, hovering right off the carriage and then returning back up, right back into wrist over shoulders here. And then exhale, pressing down. So there is a little bit of heaviness to the spring tension I chose here. I'm not going to add in so much flexion with you today because I do want to take that focus right here into the lower portion. So this will make time for you to press your low back into the mat to really find that deeper core connection. I'm going to have you bring your knees in a little closer. There you go. I like that a lot better. And exhale, pressing down. We have 4 and 3. Think of this work coming from the right below your armpit. 2 and 1. Holding it right there. You're just gonna send your fingertips towards the ceiling for a tricep press and then straighten your arms. And then I'm gonna challenge you to keep your elbows in close to your ribs and let your elbows float off the carriage for me. Yes. Reach and bend and reach and bend. Good. And take it there for 3, 2, and hold it right there. Now open your arms wide to a T, and then exhale, pull straight back in again. You got it. Yes. How are we doing with the legs? Are they getting tired?
I just keep wanting to go like out further for some reason. So
Okay.
I'm trying to be aware of
So when we do things like that, keep moving with the arms, it's going to eventually fatigue out your hip flexors and then it's going to create an arch in your back. So I keep moving these in so that you can start to flatten your back again and stay more connected here. Can you feel the difference when I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's very, there's a tendency to kind of want to release the legs forward. So think opposite.
Okay.
Especially when you're feeling that fatigueness kick in. Good, we're gonna go here for 2. And last time. Form looks good here, so holding it there, I'm gonna have you bend your elbows again, fingertips up, but I want you to turn them out. So it's like these little wings, and now go ahead and into your tricep press. And then back at that diagonal, there you go. 5. We're working the tricep head in a different position here. 3 and 2 and last time. And then return, bring those arms right back up. Take that breather, find your feet here. Again, that's another indication is like, okay, muscles are fatiguing because the legs kind of want to gravitate forward. So yeah, that's another was like, okay, yeah, it's time for a break so that we can realign and reshape here. So this next part, we're going to add the legs. So we're going to extend out and then I'm going to have you intentionally pulse into the ring. Okay. And then you're going to bring them back in, okay? So that we can activate more of the external rotators here.
Okay.
So let's take the arms straight back to the ceiling. There you go. Inhaling to prepare, exhale, low head, drop your arms, slowly extend your legs, hold it right there. Now pulse the legs apart and then bend your knees back in, your arms can come back up again. And again, we try that. Out and pulse and then return back up. Okay, one more just like that. Out and pulse and then return and come back in. Okay, take a little moment. So this next variation is going to be, we're going to count up to 6 pulses. So one repetition will be 1, then you'll go up to 2 pulses, all the way to 6, and then we're gonna count our way down. Okay? So that we can really get the burning sensation and isolation of the muscle there. Okay? So
is this turning a little?
Yeah, you can make adjustments if you need to. All right, so taking that inhale to prepare here, and then exhale, lower the arms, extend the legs. We'll pulse the legs out 1, and then bend to come back in. Beautiful. And then again, out. We go 1 and 2, and then bend to come back in. You got it. And really focus on where this is coming from. Where's the pulse being heated from? And out. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, continue. I'm gonna see where we're at from back here. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back in. See if you can drop your low back into the mat a little bit more. There you go. And extend out. And we have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and we're gonna go backwards. So we're now going to 5. Exhale. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Nice neutral wrist as you press down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Are we feeling the heat yet? Yeah. And go ahead and extend. We have 3, 2, 1. Good. And 2, 1. Beautiful. One more for me, Destiny. Excellent, and rest it there. Okay, find your feet, take your arms out to a T, and let your knees just kind of travel from side to side. Yes, there you go. Oh, good. Yeah, I needed that, right? Yeah. Okay, you can hang those up and then sit yourself up. I'm gonna give you this pillow for your on your headrest here. Oh, you're good. You're good. And we're gonna change you out to loops. And so we're gonna go into our sideline series here, where we're gonna really focus in on the hips once more. More specifically, I should say. And you're gonna lie on your side, so you can go on your right side here. And I'm gonna take you down to just a light spring. Since we've already been working your glutes, I don't wanna like overly do it, right? Okay. Okay, pushing out for me. So you're going to take this and place that in your top foot. There you go. And then from here, your bottom leg is gonna go for the ride. You're gonna go ahead and hold onto the peg with your right hand. And most importantly, I'm looking that your shoulders are stacked. If you lift your head up a little bit and I scoot this down, does that feel okay? Yeah, okay. So hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, love it. Okay, let's go ahead and slowly start to press out to a straight leg. All right, hold it right there. Now I'm gonna just kind of turn this. There you are. And then you're gonna start to slowly bring it forward in a flex position. Now point your toes to pull back towards me. And then imagine there's a wall here. Yes, that's your stopping point. And then you're gonna go ahead and bring it forward. You got it. And just trying to collapse down into here, keeping your little mouse house. I like it. And then pressing back. Good. Pulling your ribs in towards my hands. And we're just, again, targeting the glute muscle. And press. And forward. Think of pointing your toes to pull back. You got it. Nice long line. And forward. And exhale, pulling back. And forward. Let's do one more here. And then hold it right there. Let's bend your knee in towards your chest. and then straighten your leg out again. Think of pushing with your heel. So it's like you're pressing into a heavy box, and that should help to really initiate the glute activation. Extend. Good. And press. Inhale in, exhale, extend out. So lots of hip strengthening here as well. And take it for one more. And then hold. Now you're gonna go ahead and bring your leg forward. Think of a bicycle and then bend your knee in towards your chest and then press out to a straight leg. Yes, bring it forward, bending your knee back in towards your chest and press out. Good, and two more this way. And forward. And last one. And now we're gonna reverse it. So you're gonna go bend the knee back in, extend your leg outward, exhale, pull back, 4. This is really important here too, to start to, again, think about really keeping those abdominal muscles totally prepared for this as you stabilize through the hips. And take it for 2. And 1. Lovely. And then bring it back in. How are you feeling? Yeah, right?
Starting to burn, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it to the other side. And now let's lay on your side here. And then we will take this. So go ahead and press out for me. Going for a ride. Okay. And again, most importantly, that we are stacked through the shoulders and through the hips. So let's see. See if you can take your left shoulder and take it back. Yes, yes, I like that a lot better. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go ahead and extend out to a straight leg. Hold it. Okay, roll your hips slightly forward, that's it. And now lower that just a tad and bring this forward here. So straight leg. And then point your toes to pull it back again into this imaginary wall and flex it forward. And then pull straight back. So again, yes, and we're gonna try to keep this leg down. The right side definitely is tighter.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah.
Like, it wants to swing up.
Yeah, because I mean, I noticed it when you were definitely doing your warm-up, when you were straddling the carriage in the very beginning. I noticed it with the tracking of the unilateral single leg footwork we were doing. So it was definitely a lot more unstable. And then again, right through here, I'm seeing it wanting to lift up higher to avoid the tightness here as well. So really good things to point out. And then let's go ahead one more time. Exhale to squeeze back. Hold it right there. Inhale, bend your knee in towards your chest. Good. Draw your abs in. Straighten out your leg. Good. And keep those toes turned. There you go. And again, reaching from the glutes here. Really thinking about that's where this work is coming from. Knee is going to stay up as you extend, pushing back a little bit. So aim for a little bit more in the back. Take it here. And 3 more. Much better.
Sorry.
Exhale, extend out for 2. And 1. Hold it right there. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and bring this leg forward. You're gonna bend your knee into your chest. Exhale, push out straight. So again, like a slow motion bicycle ride. Bend and extend. Inhaling. Exhale, 2. 1 more. And hold. Let's reverse it. So now we're going to go ahead in towards the chest. Extend. Exhale to pull straight back. Abs are drawn in. And trying to relax your neck and shoulders as you kind of settle into it. We can get so super focused on what we're doing.
Yeah.
And relax it there. Good. Okay, let's take you out of here and come all the way in. And let's go ahead. And I'm gonna remove this pillow, okay? And we're gonna go into short spine here. So we're going to stretch out through your back. We're gonna stretch out through your legs. Are you familiar with short spine?
Yes, but I cannot think of what that is right now.
I'll walk you through it.
Okay, I was like, what? Oh wait, yeah, I do.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. I will talk you through it. So go ahead and place your feet on the foot bar there, Destiny, and then extend out to straight legs. So just push away from the foot bar.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. And go ahead and place the right foot into the loop, and then the left foot goes into the loop. Okay, so just make sure you have a little wiggle room off the shoulder blocks. Yeah. And then we're gonna start with a frog position here. So heels together, toes apart. Inhaling to prepare here through the nose, using your exhalation, press where my hand is at. So keeping the heels connected, I'm gonna have you start to bring your legs overhead, coming as close to the stopper as you can possibly get, even if your hips start to come off the carriage. But we're trying to come in as close before we actually do the work. All right, so about right there. Now using your abs, I want you to reach up towards my hand with your toes onto your shoulder blades. Hold it right there. Now keeping the heels together, bend your knees over your eyes, and then very slowly roll your spine down one bone at a time, tailbone being the last thing to touch. That's good. Yep. And then from there, press back out to two straight legs. Beautiful job. Okay, it's taking it back up and over, nice and slow without rushing through it, coming as close to the stopper as you can, using your abs here to guide you back up onto your shoulder blades, using your arms as leverage. We're gonna bend the knees, soften them over your eyesight, and then roll your spine down ever so gently. Tailbone being the last thing to touch. Excellent. Okay, two more on your own here. Extend. I'm gonna take a look from back here. And it's nice and easy. Keep the heels connected, reaching on up. Take your right hip back a little bit. There you go, bending it over, hovering off the face, and then rolling yourself down again. There you go. So a nice stretch through the spine. One more time for me. Send your legs a little to the left. There you go. Use your arms and reach on up. Soften, bending the knees, and start to roll yourself down nice and slow. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, how did that feel?
Good.
All right, so let's take this foot out, this left foot.
Oh,
and
sorry.
Then you're good. Find the foot bar, and then go ahead and you can sit on up for me. And we're gonna do a little bit of a stretch here. So you can exit off to your right-hand side. And I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a nice little Eve's lunge here. And I'm gonna reduce your tension to a medium spring. So go ahead and take your right foot right about here. Okay, so move it back so your big toe is right up, on the bolt. I'm gonna give you a little wedge here on your heel just to support the heel again with that right knee and it's tracking. So lifting your heel up and there you go. Okay, and drop it. There you go. So left foot's gonna go against the shoulder block, and let's bring it all the way back up again. Okay, so let's take your knee down all the way, and then your hands are gonna go to the foot bar. Let's bend deeply into your right knee as you push out. Good. Hold it right there. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna adjust your hips here. So drop that right hip. Shoulders are down. Lift your chest up for me. There you go. That's it. Nice. And taking a deep breath. So the goal is to feel this in your left hip flexor. Can you feel the stretch there? Mm-hmm. Like a lot, a little?
A little.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's fix that. Let's go ahead and sit, come on up again. Can we adjust your knee to come all the way up against the shoulder block? Like, so your foot's gonna come up, yep, and then you're gonna bring your knee to be supported by the shoulder block. There you go. See if you can go back a little further. Does that feel any different? if we were to pull this, come back in for me, Destiny, scooch back a little bit more with the knee. Yep. And then think of this heel like coming towards your tailbone.
Oh, yeah. I can already start to
You can already feel it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So then you know your limitations.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go press it out. And then I'm going to adjust your hips again. So left hip is up, right hip is down. Pause right there. Knee comes forward slightly. That's it. I like it a lot. Try not to let yourself collapse down. Shoulders are down, arms are long and straight. So how does this feel?
I feel it a lot more though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because and you have that flexibility with your dance background too. But yeah, sometimes like when it's like so deep into the hip flexor, we gotta get into like a deeper stretch. So this is a good one for you. Okay, another deep breath here. Chest is lifted. And then go ahead and slowly bring it up and forward. Okay, so from here, go ahead and just kind of like pivot your heels. So slide it so your toes are facing the function side. Yeah, and we're gonna move that as well. So the wedge. Okay, go ahead and drop your heel down. Let's take your left foot up against the shoulder block. We're gonna do a side splits here, okay? And you can walk your hands over to the edge of the frame. And yes, and so you are in charge here of stretching out through those inner thighs. Like it. Do you feel the support from the wedge at all from your foot?
I feel like I'm slipping a little.
On it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
honestly
going to
think
take
I
it
might
the
be
other
okay.
way.
Okay.
How does that feel?
Yeah.
Better. Okay. So I just flipped it around.
Or my foot is just sweaty.
Yeah, it's warm. And nice deep breath. Again, thinking of pushing from the backs of your knees here to really open up the inner thighs and the hamstrings at the same time. Another deep breath to soften through the shoulders. And then slowly start to bring yourself right back in. Excellent. Okay, so let's have you walk around to the other side and I'll grab the wedge. So from here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and, if you need to adjust your right knee up against the shoulder block first, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll place this here too, so. Okay, go ahead and, there you go, drop it down. And I'm using that as a prop for you, but also because of the sensory on the wedge here as well, I want it to help to kind of open up more of the circulation in your foot too.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a couple different reasons there. And then go ahead and soften through your knee and then pressing back again to your stopping point. You know where that feels for you. Shoulders down and adjust your hips here. Tailbone tucks under for a deeper hip flexor stretch. That looks great. Good. Which side felt tighter?
The other side.
When you the left side.
Yeah.
So the left.
Yeah. Left knee was down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can enhance this. Does that feel any more? Less? Less? More? Same? About the
I
same?
think we're good right there, yeah.
Okay. Try not to, I'm going to release my hand. Try to hold steady there. That looks good. And then go ahead and return back in again. That's it. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and turn to your right. And let's take your right foot up against the shoulder block and walking your, yep, and then lift your heel and there you go. Try to keep that foot straight. So can you turn your toes more? Yeah, there you go. As you walk it over. And again, thinking about pressing from the backs of your knees to open up through the muscles a little bit more. And can you tuck your tailbone under tight? Yep. Does that feel a little bit more? Yep. So again, the whole goal is to find that positioning of the pelvis. Excellent. And then let's go ahead and bring you back in again. Okay, we're gonna go into elephant here, okay? And I'm gonna change up your wedges. So we're going to stretch out a little bit more through the front of the calves, okay? So what we're gonna do here is, I'll set those up. I'm going to keep you on a medium and an extra light spring here. So carefully there, Destiny, grab a hold of the foot bar. You can go ahead and stand up and then bring your heels all the way up against the shoulder blocks. Yes, so, and then your foot, it's gonna go actually flat. There you go. Okay, so then I'm gonna have you lift your toes. Yep, just like that. Lift your toes. There you go. Let's see, can we come up a little bit more? There, perfect. Now from here, I'm gonna have you bring this in all the way. Now drop your chest a little bit more. Tuck your tailbone under. So abs are drawn in, shoulders soften. You're going to hinge from your hips to press the carriage back. And then you're going to use your exhale to pull forward. Yes. So the goal is that your tailbone is reaching towards the ceiling. Nice. And then again, soften through here. Pull up into my hand a little bit. There you are. Maintaining this positioning. We press from the backs of the legs and use your abs to pull the carriage back in again. Good. Can you feel a hamstring stretch? Mm-hmm. Can you feel a calf stretch?
Yeah, I feel more calf.
Yes, because I have the wedges down there. Yes. That's on purpose. Again, kind of going back to the narrow stance, pull up into my hand here a little bit more. Yeah, so your ribs are knitting together. We're gonna go here for another 4. Very controlled. And draw it back in. And 3. And pull in, you got it. Maintaining that connection with my hand. 2, drop your chin slightly, but stay lifted. Last time. And bring it in, beautiful. And go ahead and carefully exit to your right hand side. Excellent. Okay. Slow and controlled.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take it into some chest expansion. So you're gonna kneel. I'm gonna have you kneel right here. So you're up against the shoulder blocks as well. And I'm gonna also give this so you can have a reminder. So just drop your ankles there, and I want that to be your positioning. Again, I'm focused on your base right now. Let's see, do I like that? Let's lift that up a little higher, a little higher. There you go. Does that feel okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, and now we're gonna go into chest expansion. So very carefully hold onto the ropes above the metal buckle. And so you're gonna tuck your tailbone under, find your balance here. And then you're with 2 straight arms, you're gonna pull your arms back and then slowly returning them forward. So just like that, that's the movement, but I'm gonna have you think about your wrist dropping down. Yes, there you go. So that's what we're gonna focus on, so that you are feeling your triceps, but we're also feeling the muscles through here. So this is the first thing that should be turning on as you bring it back. And that's on the exhale. Good. Keeping your chest lifted up a little higher, and think of pushing your hips slightly forward as you tuck your tailbone under, and then rise your chest up a little bit more. And take it back for another 4. And 3. And exhale 2. Good. And 1. Good, let's do single arm here. So I'm gonna hold on to this one. You can just take your right hand on your stomach for me. Again, lifting up, tailbone tucked under. You're gonna pull straight back with that left hand and forward. So we're trying to address the rotation in the upper extremities here. Mm-hmm. So I'm just paying attention that your shoulders your upper body doesn't wanna like rotate. So you're looking really good. 4. 3, exhale 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's take this, and from here, nice and easy. See if you can drop that right shoulder a little bit more. So your range is gonna shorten here a bit. Right there, yes, because we're isolating more of the muscle focus. And back, yeah, I love it. Take it back for 5. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, really nice and steady. Last one. Yes. And go ahead and you're gonna, from here, hold on to the loops for me, okay? And you're gonna do a reverse hug a tree. So you're gonna basically hold your arms out and then start to open your arms outward. Not very far. So again, starting to pull back a little bit and then slowly return it, but don't, it's a very short range because I want you to focus in on your back muscles here and then slowly release. And then exhale, pull back. 8 and 7, drop the shoulder down. Again, isolating from here. 6, there you go, I like that. And 5, 4, 3, 2, good. And 1, and rest and let it go down. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, little movement, right?
The tiniest movement, yeah.
Yes, it's tiny, but it's so deliberate. You can hang those up for me. And we're gonna go into a tricep dip here. So go ahead and exit to your right-hand side. And with this exercise, you're going to be fully supported with your own body weight here. So it's gonna be a challenging exercise. So what you're gonna do, Destiny, is I'm gonna have you take a seat on the foot bar facing that direction, okay? Yep, yeah, you got it. And then from here, what's gonna happen is eventually we're gonna line up your feet against the shoulder blocks here for a long back stretch, and your hands or your thumbs are gonna be in line with your index fingers, which they are. I just wanna make sure that you're centered here. So let's move you over a little to the left. Yep, take your right hip back slightly. There you go. And now once you're ready, I'm gonna have you bring your feet forward so they're supported against the shoulder blocks, which means your hips are coming off. There you go, nice. Now bend your elbows, drop your hips down in towards the well. Hold, push away from the foot bar to straight arms, so come towards me. And now lift your hips up and drag yourself back. Drop it into your tricep dip. Push towards me and lift your hips to pull yourself back. You got it, one more time. You're gonna bend, you're gonna push towards me, drop your shoulders, squeeze those glutes, and bring it back, and then take a seat onto your foot bar. How did that feel?
Wow. That was hard.
You're like, I was expecting that. Yeah. Good. That was really good. You definitely like walked right through that with me. We're gonna do 3 more, but I want to give you a little break, so because it could be really wristy too. But very full body work integrated here. So goals is that we're focusing in on the triceps, the alignment of your shoulders here. Lots of glutes, because that is coming from the back side of your body to drag you in. So intentionally think like you're gonna squeeze your butt cheeks to lift up on these next 3, okay? Okay. So I'll walk you through it again. All right, when you're ready, taking those feet up against the shoulder blocks. Yep. Nice deep breath. Chest is open and wide. Start to soften your elbows for the tricep dip. As low as you can go. Now push towards me, the carriage. Lift your hips up and drag your body back. That's 3. Drop it down. Push towards me, lift the hips, pull it back. That's 2. Beautiful job. 1 more just like that. And bring it back, and then carefully have a seat on that bar. Good work. Okay.
Really concentrate on those.
Yes. Yeah, that was really good. Okay, let's go ahead and step off to the side here, and we're gonna go into some side overs. Okay, so we're gonna get into an oblique focus. So I'm putting all the springs on. And make this available. Let me grab a hold of the box here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and sit on the box facing the foot bar for right now. Actually, there you go. So what we'll end up doing is placing this left foot into the strap. There you go. And then you're gonna turn yourself away from me and place your foot, your right leg up on top of the box. Yeah. All right, so from here, We're gonna do some side over. So this is definitely gonna focus in on what's weak, what's tighter on your sides. So let's go ahead and take your hands behind your head. Elbows are reaching nice and long. You're gonna go ahead from here and begin to feel supported by your strap. So keep your foot flexed at all times. And I'm gonna hold onto your hip here on your left side. You're gonna dip yourself into the well here. Yeah, so keep your legs straight. Beautiful. Now puff your chest up for me. Pull your abs in towards my hands. And now you're gonna go ahead and come up. Hold and dip it back down. And lifting up, hold and dip it down. You got it. Beautiful side overs here. That's 8 and 7. Think of yourself in 2 panes of glass. Push your head back a little bit, so look straight ahead. There you go. And we have 5. Exhale, lift up. 4. Try to stabilize through here. 3, right there. You don't have to come up that high. Exhale, 2, look straight ahead. And 1, good work. And let's take it to the other side. All right. So again, stabilizing through that right foot here. We're trying to avoid any extra movement of the leg. So we're really focusing on stabilizing that upper body here, okay? So hands behind the head. Let's go ahead and take yourself all the way over. I'm gonna hang onto your hip here and then pull the ribs in for me. There you go, I like it. Look right at the function sign and then lifting up and lowering down. Sometimes when we start to look down, that's where our body language goes. So that's why I'm having you look straight ahead. Excellent. 7, 6, all you. Let's see how we do here. 5, good. Exhale, 4, push your head back a tiny bit. There you go. 3, 2, and last time. And come all the way up. Good work. Okay. So go ahead and we're gonna finish it with one more exercise. We're gonna do extension work. So I'll have you step off to the side. And let's see here. This will be nice for you. This will feel good as we really target stretching out through the low back and strengthen the upper back here. So lying on your stomach, hands are gonna be on the foot bar here. Chest is slightly off the box. And then I'm gonna have you start to keep your legs separated, okay? So really focus in on that. Point your toes and lifting their thighs slightly. There you go. So from here, press out to 2 straight arms. And then let's go ahead and lift your chest up for me. Drop your shoulders. Nice, hold right there. So because you have a lot of mobility in your spine, do you feel the stretch in your low back at all?
I feel like I could do a little more.
Yeah. So I'm going to avoid that today. Okay. Go ahead and press out because you have so much flexibility there. So what I'm going to target now is mostly strengthening this portion, okay? So what we're going to do differently is now pressing down into your palms for me there, Destiny. Start to think about the muscles from here gliding down as you lift your chest up, okay? So lift, 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 glide, 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 hold. And now lower everything back down again. Let's try that again. So again, intentionally dropping your shoulders and pulling them down. Hold right there. Can you feel that? Okay. And bring it back down. We're going to continue. There's 6 more like that. And intentionally. Good. And lifting your thighs. Yes, good correction. I'm just looking at your hips here too. I'm going to drop that right hip away. And then go ahead and continue. Let's take it for 4. Really drag those shoulder blades down. And release. And 3. And 2. Beautiful. Nice long neck. I love it. Last time. And release. And come all the way back in for me. You can exit to your left-hand side. So did you feel that a lot more at the ends, like as we targeted that upper body? Yeah. Just because of the, again, like because of your background with dance, that specific way I was teaching it to you it's just not beneficial.
Yeah.
It wasn't
like I could
beneficial.
stay in that all day.
Exactly. So that's why we changed the whole method of the objective to which you need anyways, is to strengthen the upper portion of the back. So wonderful. Let's have you stand right here. Okay, we're gonna do a couple roll downs to finish it off today. So parallel with the feet, and let's intentionally not be so narrow. So I'm gonna have you separate your feet there. That's good. You're gonna go ahead and let's have you just swing your arms up overhead, and then you're gonna dive yourself all the way down, bone by bone. Yes, let your head release there. You can even walk yourself forward here too. Yeah, and then start to slowly begin to rebuild your spine up one bone at a time. That looks good. One more here, swinging those arms up. And then take a dive all the way into the well over the wooden frame. There you go, that looks nice. And I like the hips, they're looking good. And then let's go ahead, rebuild intentionally one vertebra at a time and shoulder roll back. Beautiful job. Good work today.